subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone, I'm at the Antique Gallery in Spring, Texas. I can't wait to see what treasures they have for us today. It's been almost a year since I was here and they have a 3-day weekend sale. I'm specifically looking for cobalt crystal rose bowls, also known as cut to clear. I'm going to feature these on my birthday table for my luncheon in July, and I'm just hoping that they have some things that I could utilize for my party. So come along and let's see what good things they have in store for us today. I can't wait to show you inside. They really do have a lot of treasures here, and it's always a warm welcome with this seating area. It's almost like someone's foyer. And this booth right here has lots of furnishings. But before we get there, my friend has already scouted out these buffet lamps. They're $28, and I think they're 20% off. So she paid under $20 for each of these. And there are 2 side rooms as you walk in, one on either side. And this one has some exquisite items. This urn is $369. It's Limoges style. I would like to have the kind of home that these fit in. Aren't they grand? And this yellow topaz hawk wine. These are cut crystal. $150 for 5, but they are quite something. They look to be Eastern European with the cuts. I like how they've repurposed this item and used it as a vase. This grouping could be bought as a set and placed in your home with the wingback chairs. Look at this buffet, and it's really a fair price for $850. And I like this kind of mission artwork. Looks like it's from San Antonio. And this Eastlake dresser is very purposeful. That could even be in an entryway. And the price is right at $675, and everything is 20% off today in this booth. Can't wait to get a closer look at the barley twist. But first, let's pop into one of the alcoves on the side as you walk in the store. And it looks like they've set the table for us for luncheon. I like the pops of color. And I can't wait to show you this bronze bird bath. Isn't that amazing? I wonder what the history is. It's almost $9,000. It's just waiting for the right address. Barley twist is typical English style, and when you see the hand carvings, you could think it's French, but the barley twist gives it away. And this is a little over $3,000, and they do such a good job of showcasing items inside to give you an idea of how to utilize this in your space. And of course, you need the right ceiling height, and I wish I had a home to fit these in. They're just exquisite. We have a couple of pieces like this at our home in Germany that were bought at the flea market in Metz, France. And they just tell such a good story, have such character, a little over $3,000. And again, with the discount today, makes it a little more affordable. And I'm glad that people can appreciate these fine pieces. This mahogany chair, I think, is the steal of the day with a needle point, and it's from the 1860s. It's only $350, and it's on discount today. I think it's gorgeous. This pie crust barley twist table I was going to get, and a woman snatched it from me right as I was holding the tag. So I had to stay a lady and let her have it. This French console would be great for dish storage in your dining room. It really needs a big zip code though, for $920. And this grandfather clock is a very unique style. It looks like it's made from the Alsace region of France. I'm not sure. Here's a barley twist set. It would be great for a breakfast table. $1,100. You can tell I like barley twist. From the early 1900s. And this has an interesting shape to it. I thought that would be a great bookcase for an entryway or even a bedroom. And antique shops have things for modern homes as well. This is solid oak, and the chairs have been distressed and painted to look more of a farmhouse style. Where can you get something like this? $360. This is a neat French table. And here we have a small English side table that could be great for a tea set. Do you see the hand beading there? It's a Victorian library table for $395. And that would fit just about anywhere. And here we have some more modern furnishings that would go with today's look. And the French beds, I think, could even be added with a more current look. They're usually a full-size bed. We have one in our guest room. They can be adapted to a queen. And the Louis XV style, I think that's a fair price. Think about the long trek this has had to come over from France. You know, I love the crystal. This is the Sheridan pattern from Marquis by Waterford. It's a bit high at $90. They list it as a Waterford bowl. It is a bit confusing, but Marquis is a brand by Waterford Crystal. And there's so many different things to see in the cases. That is exquisite cut glass. And as you walk in, there are lots of individual little shelves. And my friend saw these and thought they were Waterford Crystal. It's very misleading, but it's actually not. And the depression glass is so fun. I love the pink and the green. And there's a piece that I found. I asked them to get the key. The Waterford Crystal baby block. It's featured next to the baby booty, but I think they don't realize that it's Waterford Crystal. And the price is too good to pass up. It's $19. And that reminds me of my Waterford days when that was a current item in the 90s. And I could feature that on a table for a baby shower. And I have the booty for both of my girls with their names, so that'll go well. And so many booths. I love to walk in to see how they feature everything and all the unique items that they have. This teapot is really interesting. I like the colors. Looks like it's got a crack across the lid, which doesn't mean you can't use it. It's still very purposeful. The Fostoria American pattern with the hexagonal base is a glass that I started collecting recently, as well as a friend. The ruby pitcher is so beautiful. And red goes with so many different holidays. I love it. I think that's something that you could definitely incorporate into your table. And this piece would be great for makeup brushes. It's an oversized sort of sugar bowl, and it's an early American pressed glass. And for about $20, you could have a purposeful piece, move it from room to room, or even feature flowers in it. I like this Kelly green glass. These remind me of the Boopy glass sherbets that I have. These are almost $9 each. And I think the color is great. And this blue reminds me of a sapphire. It's perfection. And this would be great for desserts, for a fruit salad you're serving with a luncheon. I see lots of crystal. I'm trying to look past all the furniture. And this reminds me of a Waterford Lismore vase that I have, but I'm not sure if it's Waterford. It looks like it. And this one I think is Waterford, but it had a tiny chip on it and I was distracted by the other Waterford piece that I'm about to show you. So I passed on this one. And let me show you this gorgeous vase that my friend found, and she let me buy this. It's $40. It's brand new. It's the Atlanta pattern, complete with the Waterford sticker. And that's the newer version of the acid etched logo on Waterford pieces. And the Chinese tea set is so nice. Here's another piece of Waterford. They have it labeled as Wedgwood, but I know that it's Waterford. It's a master salt cellar, and I plan to use this for either some chocolate covered almonds or jam with breakfast. And I love to see all the blue glass. It's overwhelming. There's so many beautiful things to see in the cases. I spent over 4 hours in the store, and I could have spent longer, but I had to go eat lunch. And these cobalt glasses in the middle are fabulous, but what caught my attention are these three lonely ones to the left. I have this set and I was looking on eBay for more. Let's go down the aisles and see what else they have. More cobalt etched glasses. Aren't these wonderful? I like the look of it. It's not something you see every day. $82 for a set of 5. This lamp reminds me of the style of Waterford, but yet the base doesn't quite look like it fits as a Waterford piece. I think this is also a Waterford vase with a scalloped rim and the laurel leaf pattern. It's beautiful. But at some point, I think I just have to say I have enough vases. This piece I wanted to show you, it's such a good deal, and I love this as a centerpiece. You could place a bowl on it, and for $25 and probably some discounts today, you could have an exquisite gift for someone. These plates I have in pink. They're only $2 each. I've not seen them in green before, so I wanted to take a look. The Fenton hobnail is beautiful in blue, and this cobalt vase would be nice for my side table. It's got a chip in it, so I think I'll pass, but this Ypern, also pronounced Epernay, would be wonderful as a centerpiece. You could float flowers in the bottom. This is the Ashling pattern from Waterford Crystal. One of my viewers found this at a thrift store recently for a steal, so I wanted to point that out. These are $25 a glass, which is a very fair price. And I'm all about the compotes. This looks like turn of the century. Isn't that amazing? Look at the height on that and the attention to detail on the stem. This is a similar piece. I think I'll feature compotes in a future segment. The Moon and Star pattern is very popular. I've not seen it in the red, but here it is in the clear. And this cake plate is as is because it has a tiny chip on it, but I think if you're a collector, it would still be worth it for $25 to have this. It's definitely vintage, and I don't think it really takes away too much from it when it's in use. These candle holders remind me of Waterford Crystal, which is no surprise because it's actually Miller Rogaska. And that's a steal. Mr. Miller was the distributor for Waterford Crystal in the 60s and 70s, and when Waterford took over, he started his own company. These little juice glasses remind me of my childhood. These I like even better, $12 each. Look at the etching on that. Fresh squeezed orange juice in the morning would be perfect. And I love the Fenton glass. You could build a table around this beautiful shade of blue. And I see some more Fostoria American pattern, but this compote is catching my eye. You could even put Oasis in a compote and create a beautiful floral display. I like the petite, dainty look. And this creamer was interesting. Look at that candle. That's so beautiful. It'd be great for Christmas. And punch bowls. You're going to see so many today. This is the Aztec pattern by the McKee Glass Company. And I have this punch bowl that I bought when I was in college. And it is definitely vintage. I love it. Of course, the platter is missing. These blue elegant glasses are fabulous from Fostoria. I like the shell pattern. It's not something you see often. And yes, it is a bit pricey, but they are exquisite. You could pair these with white luncheon plates for tea time. Of course, they do have the plates as well, and everything is priced individually. These I had growing up, and one thing I do remember is they were so heavy once you put ice in them and fill it with a drink. They're rather clunky, but somehow it's comforting. Reminds me of childhood. My father has this punch bowl. It is the Sloot Horseshoe pattern by the L.E. Smith Glass Company. And he actually has the pedestal piece that goes with it that you probably saw in my segment on the birthday party in Tennessee. And I just love it. This is a Villeray and Bach pattern. I think it's the Chinoiserie. We have this at our home in Germany, and I found a whole bunch of these at Goodwill in Tennessee recently for $1 a piece. This is a beautiful opalescent piece, and I love the cobalt. I keep finding it today. And Waterford Crystal, you've seen me feature these floral paperweights in my spring episode with the beautiful tablescape. More blue. I can't get enough of it. This classic blue should be the color of the year every year for Pantone. My friend has found this very sweet satin glass sandwich server, and I think that's probably the prettiest one I've ever seen. And we couldn't believe the price, $18 for satin glass. Amazing. There's some more depression glass and some salt cellars. They have everything under the sun. And this is the Old Colony pattern from Anchor Hocking. And I like the fact that they have a huge collection. You're not always finding just one or two pieces. Here's the Imperial Glass Company's Candlewick pattern. I like the height of this. This is such a beautiful classic look. It's $135, which is a steal. It's from the 1930s. And the Cobalt Rose Bowl. It's what I've been looking for. It's Bohemian cut glass, $43. But surprisingly, I'm going to pass on it. Do you see how the opening is so large? This is more for a candle. And I find that when the opening is that big, you have to put too many flowers and it's just a little overwhelming. This Victorian green pitcher, I keep coming back to it, $85 with a crimped rim, could be a Mosier. It's amazing. And here's my punch bowl again, the Aztec pattern from the McKee Glass Company. And it's missing the pedestal. That's one thing that I'm fortunate enough to have. I found this for $50 at an estate sale that I didn't get since I have one, but then I found it for about $25 at a thrift store, and I did pick it up for backup. I love all the crystal. Isn't that just amazing? And these I thought were neat. It's not the typical Kelly green. It's a little bit more of a forest green. And they're quite something, from the Morgantown Glass Company around 1930. And they call it a golf ball sherbet. And here we've got some pressed glass and some cut crystal. And you can imagine the different uses, especially with a bowl. And this is my favorite find of the day for $27. It is a cobalt crystal basket. In the Waterford Crystal ballet pattern tiered server. I have this in my coffee bar. You probably saw my segment on it. And I put the K-cups there. I liked this Lismore frame. It's a Gothic style. I've never seen that one before, and it looks to be brand new. And this is a master cutter piece from Waterford Crystal, and it's exquisite. I have the same piece already, but I couldn't pass it up. There was no price, but I did find the seller, and it was, after the discount, $28. And I just love it. This is another sandwich server that's the fleur-de-lis pattern. You've seen me feature this before in repurposed uses. And this seahorse, I thought was interesting. I just got this for $9 at my Goodwill just the other day. And I keep coming back to the glass because it's just so pretty. And these candle holders are from Baccarat. It's the Messina pattern. This dish pattern is so beautiful, 86 pieces. That's the one thing about the Antique Gallery, is they have vast collections, and it's not just a piece here and there, but you can actually just go home and set a table. There's so much to see in each individual booth, and this compote caught my attention. I really like it. It looks like it's something made in Germany. I can tell by the design. And I'm looking for blue and white Chinoiserie for my birthday party. I like that jar, but I really like the blue willow teapot. And this I thought was interesting. I have never seen such a complete dresser set. This is a wash set that is more complete than one I've ever seen, and it's from the 1800s. This is something you would see in a bedroom on a vanity. This is before they had bathrooms down the hall where you could actually have access to water, again from the 1800s. And this Wedgwood Peter Rabbit tea set is so fun. If my kids were younger, I would have bought it, but I can still get it from Wedgwood today. It's a current piece. So sweet for tea time. And more blue and white Chinoiserie. I really like that vase, but since I came looking for cobalt, I think I'm going to get this today. It is made in Germany, and it's a rose bowl. It's from Bavaria, Echt Cobalt, and I think that'll look great on a table with my crown gold from Wedgwood. The Jadeite Fire King, you're probably familiar with. Martha Stewart made it popular again, and they have all kinds of older kitchen items, mixing bowls, and I think those fit with any style home. They're very practical. I like the fact that different eras are represented. And here we've got lots of farm tables. The Delft piece, at first I thought maybe that it was a reproduction, but it actually is Delft. The price is so good, I couldn't believe it. There's a Waterford oval picture frame. But this plate caught my attention with the poppies. It looks to be German or Prussian. And I thought that was a fair price. And we've got just a variety of furnishings and wall art and animals. The Flow Blue collection really caught my eye. I like how it's featured with the white furnishings. And this is sold as a set. Where else can you find that much Flow Blue? And this is a modern tea set that looks like it's from the 60s, but actually I think it is something that's fairly new. And I thought it had a really neat vibe to it. It'd be great if you just served it with maybe some white tea plates. Such a great piece. And here are some of the more traditional English style teapots and teacups, and a tea cart for $55. My friend was interested in this 8-piece Nippon set from Japan, but she is so happy to take this Brown Betty home. She has a nice collection. I featured one of her teapots in my teapot segment. And I love creamers. I think there's so much you can do with those. Syrup for breakfast in the morning. I love pitchers. Fill flowers in it. And I like the variety that you find here at this antique gallery. And these are new. My friend is getting these for $4 each. There were 2 of them, and they have a built-in flower frog. It'd be great for a tea table. Let's go down the hall and see what we find on this aisle. I love the blue. And here we've got some coffee pots and pitchers, kind of a variety of vintage items, and a very English traditional tea look here. I like that brass basket. Really pretty with that tall tray behind. This is a pattern that I grew up with. I ate almost every meal off of this Franciscan ivy. It was made until 1983, made in California, and surprisingly I do not have my mother's pattern. This actually is probably a little too emotional for me to use every day, and it was sold in her estate sale, which is really sad because it was very near and dear to her. She also had the desert rose pattern, and that paired very well with depression glass. This small teapot I actually had not seen before, and that's something very unique. So many wonderful celebrations we've had with these 2 patterns, but it was just so much my mother. It was her signature look. The Prussian and German hand-painted china is exquisite. These military figurines, that was something new for me. I've not seen a collection like this before. And of course the animals, you know, I'm all about collies, so I had to look at these. I do have a couple already, and I was tempted, but I do have some pieces to remember Robbie. Collies are just the sweetest dogs. And they do have a nice variety here. Whatever dog breed you might be interested in, they probably have a figurine for you. And the prices are right. And here's some rose porcelain, and then that on the right looks like it's from the 60s. Chinese tea set. And this is pretty. That looks to be German. I've seen that shape before. Let's see. It is Johann Haviland, made in Germany. I like the gold rim on that. Very classy. And such a complete set. I'm amazed at all the things that they have here. You could set up a household and bleak. It's so beautiful with or without the shamrocks. Even though I'm not into modern decor, I really like the vibe here with the blue and white, and the Gorham Bistro service for 8 for $65. And of course, who doesn't love blue willow? That's a classic. And the small Delft looking box made in Portugal sure is neat. And this is Limoges. Isn't that beautiful? That's their telltale stamp, that red circle. I love the blue flowers. And this hand-painted lamp looks to be Victorian. $225. And this pattern from Chinoiserie from Germany, my friend was looking at, and I have a similar pattern that has a different design on it, but the shape is the same. It is quite lovely. And my friend was also interested in this. Such a pretty pattern that would be great for a tea table. And I think their prices are pretty fair. The Wedgwood Jasperware box for $25 is a good deal, and most of the booths are having sales today. This looks like a chocolate set or a mocha set made in Germany. I would love to have one of those. Such a pretty pattern. And this is one of my favorite finds of the day. It's a tea canister, and look, it even has the little inner seal. It's perfect, and it's Chinoiserie. I'm going to use these on the buffet for my birthday party. They're $15 a piece, and I got them for $12 with a discount. Aren't those pretty plates framed? Vintage linens are such a fine quality, and you don't really find that anymore today. I like the soft pillowcases. They're perfect for a guest bedroom. This is my absolute favorite kind of linen to find. It's hand crocheted, it's English, and they have beautiful designs. This happens to be a butterfly, which reminds me of my mother, and it looks great on a tea table. And the doilies are so fun. I think you just can't find that anymore. The Battenberg lace, and everything is well pressed, cleaned, and the sizes are listed. I had this same purple on my bedside table growing up. Lots of doilies. And it'd be great to put on top of a silver tray as well. My grandma crocheted, and I believe this was the pineapple pattern. She made a similar piece. Handkerchiefs are coming back. A lot of people are using these again and keeping them in their handbags. This community plate flatware set looks like it's from the 1960s. I can tell by the lining in this chest. For $177, it is rather complete, and there were even a few more pieces in the drawer underneath. The sugar shaker is one of my favorite tabletop essentials. I think it doesn't get enough love. It's perfect for tea time. I fill mine with cinnamon and sugar for French toast in the morning. You could even put powdered sugar in it. And it works well in the nursery with baby powder. Makes a great gift for $20. And now let's take a break and look at some of the jewelry. There are lots of decorative pins. This would be fun for a seasonal look. And now we'll get back to the silver. I like this tiered server. You could actually put bigger plates on top if they'll fit for $39. That will clean up quite nicely. And this basket set, I was very tempted. I think it's just exquisite. And these cruet sets are nice and look Victorian.
I can't believe I spent so many hours today in this wonderful antique gallery in Spring, Texas. I had so much fun, and I think I missed a few things. I sure did not get to see every booth. It is time for us to take a lunch break. But I want to show you a few things I got, what I plan to do with them. This baby block is actually Waterford crystal. I remember it from the 90s when I worked for Waterford, and I believe it was $98 then, and today it's $19, and I get a discount off of this because they're having a sale. And this will go on my eBay store. They don't make this anymore. It's hard to find. And speaking of Waterford, this is a salt cellar, which would be considered a master salt, but I like to use something like this for breakfast for 2 in the morning to put some homemade jam, or you could put a few chocolate covered almonds in it when you have a guest that pops over and you give them a glass of tea. Very useful. And one of my prizes for the day is this cobalt basket. I can't believe it. I passed on the rose bowl because the opening was too large and it's really more for putting a candle in. But this is perfect. It'd be great for even some silk flowers, and I'll use this for my party for sure. Love the hand-cut cobalt crystal. And you know, I'm all about crystal. This is a Waterford crystal item. We can't tell. The seller didn't have a price on it, and she was still here. It's $38, less 30%, and this is definitely Waterford. I have the piece at home already, and it is similar to the Apprentice bowl if you're familiar with that, but yet a little bit different. It doesn't have the scalloped edge, and it's just gorgeous. This will go in my eBay store. Of course, it would make a great gift as well. And this lace from England is one of my favorites. I have so many pieces that maybe some table cover or a tea cart doily. I have this edging on a lot of my pieces, and I just love it. And this has a butterfly pattern, which reminds me of my mother, and I'm so excited to have it. And everything's on discount today. And one of my favorite finds is this tea caddy. This will be great for my Chinoiserie blue and white birthday party. I can set this on a table, make it look decorative, and you don't have to just use it for anything tea related. It could also be used for a vase or utensil holder, even makeup brushes. And it's such a deal, $15 and a discount. So I think I got some really good deals today that I can utilize in my decor and add things to my eBay store. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with beautiful finds.
Thanks for joining Lady Mary Beth. Please hit like and subscribe. I hope to see you next time for more lifestyle tips.